Yo, it's Midas. Let's talk about the stock that's leading the race for lunar exploration, and that's Intuitive Machines. So, disclaimer, this video is only for educational purposes. Make sure to do your own research. So, what is Lunar? Well, it provides lunar landing and data services, playing a key role in NASA's Artemis program. It offers lunar payload delivery, space infrastructure, and autonomous systems. They offer payload delivery, which develops spacecraft to transport scientific instruments and infrastructure components to the moon. And they aim to commercialize access to the moon for government and private companies. So right now, there's a space arms race. China's already on the moon, claiming territory. I think NASA is America's answer. American companies like Rocket Lab, Lunar, ASTS will determine who will lead the battle for space for the next century. Space is the Wild West, unlimited potential, and I think the country who's able to capitalize on this new frontier of technology would succeed in the next century. And I think space is that sector. So you might have seen that Lunar. The stock is down 70%, but regardless of this, I'm still bullish. The IM2 wasn't just about landing. I think it was about pushing the limits of lunar exploration. The lander tipped, but it validated the key technology, transmitted data, and completed major objectives. This is how real progress happens. If you're not failing, you're not trying enough, and I think the IM2 is, a sign of that. Bad conditions could also be argued too, that where they landed wasn't the best place, but there's multiple attempts to this, not just a one-time thing. And even though the stock is down 70%, all it needs is just one successful launch for it to rebound up very quickly. It's not like any other sector where you can fail and the company's done forever. They still have a lot of revenue, still a lot of assets that they can use in order to create these launches and do more launches in the future. So don't think they're out of the park yet. Some also bullish information that you might have forgotten is that they have 385 million in cash. That means 3+ years of runway, no financial distress, and no bankruptcy risk. It's not like SpaceX where they were relying on that last launch to make sure that they wouldn't go bankrupt. They still have money. They also have the NSNS $4.8 billion contract, which offers lunar communications, steady revenue, and not just landers. They have an LTV, which is a 4.6 billion potential, which offers future lunar transport deals are coming. And the IM3 and IM4, which are more advanced to the IM1 to IM2, are already locked in, and these are payloads to Mars. You might think Lunar compared to SpaceX and Rocket Lab. How does it compare? It's probably one of the smallest space companies so far. Well, it's the only company doing lunar exploration of the moon by conducting analysis of lunar resources, and the use of the moon as a stepping stone for future space exploration missions. It has potential valuation of trillions of dollars over the next few decades. You could think of it this way: SpaceX or Rocket Lab make the rockets, while Lunar helps research and prepare for human colonization of the moon. For lunar partnerships, they have NASA securing contracts for their direct to Earth services. This will enhance the data transmission and navigation capabilities for lunar and deep space missions. With Nokia, they're working together to create a lunar cellular network, which is deploying the first cellular network on the moon. This could revolutionize communication for future lunar missions, which are technology that I'm pretty bullish on. Loon is also partnering with NASA for Artemis. The Artemis campaign includes deploying a lunar satellite constellation for enhanced data and transmission services, as well as autonomous operations. Finally, for my price target, Lunar sits at a current price of 7 USD with a current market cap of 1.12 billion. My price target is 20 plus USD. The reason I say this is because I think the all-time high for this year, maybe end of last year, was like around like $19. And that was just from a lot of bullish momentum of the space sector, Trump announcing that he wants to put more people on the put more people to colonize Mars, working with Trump or working with Elon and all that. So yeah, I think one failed launch isn't going to do that bad for the company in the long term. Like I mentioned, space companies are like the Wild West. They are bullish long term, but will take many failures before reaching that huge success. You could look at the journey of SpaceX and how they were able to just burn through lots of cash, but eventually made it in the end. But that's all I have for today. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.